Today what I want you to do, I want you to open up your file that you have created from How Leo Learned to Be King, and I want you to think about all of the pieces. You made wonderful connections yesterday about how this book reminds you of something like your sister or your brother who's mean, and how it reminded you of stories we've read in school and out of school, and what you were wondering and what you noticed and all of your predictions. I want you to put all of that information today and think about how you could organize it. And that's my question. How could you organize your thinking about how Leo learned to be king? Aaron.
You could use a circle map.
Can you tell us how you could use a circle map?
Put the topic in the middle, and all the ideas that you get in your mind from that topic, you write down in the circle.
Okay, how about for this book, How Leo Learned to Be King? What would you like to put in the middle?
Leo.
Leo. And so all around the outside of Leo,
Would have details about Leo.
can you give me 2 examples?
He was mean, and he's neat, and he was nice.
Could we add to that he was a lion?
Yeah.
Courtney.
A bubble map about a mouse.
Bubble map. This is different. You want to put the mouse in the middle. What kind of things do we use? What kind of words do we use when we're making a bubble map?
Like furry, and the mouse is furry.
Anybody remember what we call those kind of words that we're using? Sarah?
Describing words.
Yes, they're describing words. So we could put some describing words about the mouse from our story. And could we use a bubble map to describe somebody else in our story?
Yes.
Bailey?
We could do a double bubble.
Could do a double bubble. What would you do a double bubble for?
Like we could compare how Leo learned to be king and the lion and the mouse.
What would you put in the middle of your double bubble?
They're both lions and they both have a mouse.
Both stories had a lion in them. And both stories had a mouse in them. That's how they would be seen.
Leo didn't get caught in the net, but
It's okay.
the lion did.
Okay. What happens to the lion in this story?
The animals take away his crown and King comes with
I will come back to you. The lion loses his crown.
a tree.
Tree map. How would you use a tree map? What are you thinking in your head?
I'm thinking of it's about Leo and looks like he was
How he acted. Is that what you mean?
and what he did.
Trying to come up with some character trait words of how he acted. And then in your last branch, you wanted to write some things about what Leo did in the story. That would be a wonderful tree map, a way to think about Leo. Thomas, let's go back to your bridge map.
Okay. In the lion, in the mouse, the lion was mean to the mouse, but in the with how Leo learns to be king, the lion was nice to the mouse by helping him get over the river.
And
With how Leo learns to be king,
what's the relating factor? What are both of these things about? The lion and the mouse.
a
he was
lion
mean.
and a mouse.
The relating factor is the lion. Both of these are about a lion, and you're looking at how he was mean in one story and he was nice in another. A different lion was nice to the mouse. Okay, nicely done. Alexa,
We could use a flow map.
how would you use a flow map for how Leo learned to
First,
be
he was mean. Then, when they took off the crown, he got like a little embarrassed because they took off his crown. And soon as he walked away, he got surprised because he met a mouse. And
beginning of the story. So it sounds like you're sequencing, you're putting the story in order, what happened first, and you're kind of thinking about it as, in the beginning he's mean, and then in your flow map you're going to talk about how he changed. Do you think everybody has to use the same thinking map?
No.
Why? Why is Alexa going to use a flow map and maybe Emily's going to use a circle map? Why do you think that is?
Because we want to have different ideas.
We all have different ideas. Let's talk about how would you use a multi-flow map?
What caused him to be mean?
What caused him to be mean in the beginning of the story? Oh, I'm running out of room here. Okay. And then what?
Caused him to be mean.
Okay, so one of the causes you think was that he was wearing that crown. Reagan, what do we put on this side of our multi-flow map?
Or become spoiled.
We talk about what happens when he's mean. And one of the things that happened because he was this mean lion is that he was spoiled. No one liked him.
They took away, they didn't want him to be his king, their king.
We all have different ways of connecting ideas in our head. And my way is okay, and your way is okay. And we're using the thinking maps to help us organize that thinking so that it makes more sense to us. I'm going to ask you to think about, on your way back to your seat, which map you are going to do on your own. What map are you going to try to use?
Oh, it's Leo, huh? What is the bubble map for anyway?
How you can describe something.